Hello, have you been spending time, energy and resources on marketing without a commensurate results in terms of sales? Well, if you're there, don't give up until you have fully watched this video, because I am here to point out a few things that could be the challenge or could be causing the lags that you've had in terms of sales. I am Dr. Victor Igwe, and I am delighted to have you here with me today. A lot of time, business people go into various marketing activities with huge enthusiasms and expectations of massive sales. And in most cases, when it doesn't go that way, despondency quickly begins to displace all the enthusiasms. But here are things that I will evaluate if I am in that kind of situation. Number one, where am I on the minimum effective dose chart? In other words, am I doing enough? The minimum effective dose in medication is the minimum dose that the doctor should give you in order for you to get the maximum results. So the doctor prescribes this effective dose for the patient, and any attempt on either side of this dose will usually have adverse effects on the recovery process. In the same way, the minimum effective dose in terms of marketing is that dose or the amount of input that is required to produce the highest result, which is what we expect. And so if you look at the minimum effective dose chart, you will see where that falls. So being on either side of this minimum effective dose, we have an implication in terms of satisfaction. For instance, less promo than is required obviously mean that you are putting your products and services in front of fewer people than you should, and it's not rocket science that you see the result will be fewer sales. In that case, of course, you need to step up your game. For instance, you need to ask yourself this question: am I doing enough? Where am I on this chart? If you're below the minimum effective dose, what it means is that you're simply not doing enough. And so you need to ask yourself, for instance, if you're a social media marketer, am I posting enough content? Am I posting as much as I should? If you're supposed to be posting 3 contents per week and you're doing 1, it means that you're below par. So you probably want to look in that direction. You want to ask yourself as well, am I putting more people as much as I should on the sales funnel? Again, we'll be looking at sales funnel in the future, but when you're not doing enough in these aspects, you definitely can't get the result that you're looking for. So minimum effective dose highlights all these questions and points out to you the areas that you should be looking at. Of course, you want to get to the sweet spot, but you need to get your actions on this line of effective minimum effective dose to be able to push you to that level. Now, there are also another category of people who probably are doing much more than enough, but they are not getting the result that they desire. Now, look at what I would do if I'm in your shoes. You need to ask yourself, are you spending much time than you should? Because a lot of times, business people make the mistakes of trying to go broader and covering almost everywhere instead of going deeper by being more specific on the right audience or the right market. This can become a major source of frustration, because while you are working and spending lots and lots, you're not getting the desired output. It's like someone punching everywhere, hoping that he will catch something by chance. It cannot be the same result with someone who is more targeted in their approach. Another challenge with going broad is that you are forced to be broad in your concepts, broad in your language, because you want to appeal to everyone across board. But hello, every market segment is different from the other, and every demography has distinct characteristics, and effective marketing will exploit those distinctive characteristics, and this is where going deeper rather than broader becomes more effective. For instance, Who is your product or service meant for? What is their age? What is their location? What are their values? What is their language? What is their lifestyle? Where are they mostly found? Is it on the internet? Is it on the social media? Is it over the radio? Is it on the TV? What do they like, and how do they like what they like? Do they want it contemporary or old school? Marketing or promotion, we need to answer this question for it to be effective. And when you begin to be this more specific, you begin to see that you're moving towards the minimum effective dose. And that's where the result that you're looking for, which is the sweet spot, it is found. Number 2, the mirror exposure effect. And this is simply a proven phenomenon that when people see something over and over again, they develop a familiarity with that thing, and by extension, they develop acceptance of that thing. And this is why you observe that people grow to stop noticing certain not so cool attributes of the people around them, because they have seen those people and see those things over and over again. So this mirror exposure effect happens to those things, and then they become familiar and they don't bother them anymore. But then, how does this affect marketing and promotion? You see, in marketing and in promotion, it might be wrong to assume that people will just buy your product the moment they see it for the first time. It doesn't always happen that way. Rather, most of the time, people will need to see your products and services, as a matter of fact, an estimated 2 to 7 times before they make up their mind. And this has to be part of the strategy of your marketing and promotion. That is finding creative ways to keep your product offerings right in front of the target market as long as it is required. You see, Coca-Cola does this very well. Despite being a world brand and known by virtually everyone on earth, you observe that they do not at any point attempt to take their feet off the gas pedal, because they completely understand the power of the mirror exposure effect. But then, for an effective strategy to accomplish these things, it will need to take into consideration the nature of the target market. So by all means, get to study who you are selling to, understand them well, and you will see these concepts. They will begin to become easier to apply. There are a lot of things that we would like to discuss in these regards, but to keep this video short, we'll pause it here. Feel free to ask questions if you have. I will find time to dive deeper into more aspects that you might be considering if you're not getting the result that you're looking for in terms of your marketing versus sales. Thank you so much once again. Remember to subscribe by hitting this button here, like and share. Also turn on your notifications so that you can be alerted when we post the subsequent contents. I'll see you in the next video.
Money, leadership and man. Money, leadership and